Woods has been released on bail hours after the golf star crashed, rolling his car onto its side after clipping a truck. He was arrested by local police in Florida on suspicion of driving under the influence.
Okay, go ahead and step right in front of my patrol car for me. All right, go ahead and spread your feet for me. Do you have anything on you that's going to poke me, prick me, stick me, or cut me?
For all that I have done, I am so sorry.
The recent news about Tiger Woods is breaking the headlines, and this one is going to be very hard for anyone to defend. From a rolled Range Rover on a 30-mile-per-hour residential road in broad daylight.
Mr. Woods did a breathalyzer test, blew triple zeros, but when it came time for us to ask for a urinalysis test, he refused, and so he's been charged with DUI, with property damage, and refusal to submit to a lawful test.
To a refused test, a second DUI arrest, and a mugshot that is already being compared to the one from 9 years ago.
Do you understand the instructions?
I do.
Okay, what were the instructions?
Not to sing the national anthem backwards.
Not to sing the national anthem backwards?
This is everything that just happened to Tiger Woods and why this time feels different from every other time. So let's get into it. 3 days. That's all it took for Tiger Woods to go from looking like a man on the verge of yet another miraculous comeback to sitting in a jail cell in Martin County, Florida. On Tuesday, March 24th, 2026, Tiger was at the SoFi Center in Palm Beach Gardens, playing in the TGL Finals, the indoor simulator golf league he co-founded. He was swinging the club with power. His teammates were impressed. The conversation in the golf world that night was simple. Could Tiger actually play the Masters? Was his body finally holding up after the Achilles tear, the 7th back surgery, the years of pain and rehab? Because watching him on Tuesday, you could almost believe it. Tiger himself was feeding that hope. Earlier in the week, he told reporters he was trying to get his body in shape for Augusta, but admitted that his body doesn't recover like it did when he was 24 or 25. He was 50 years old now, but the fire was still there. The desire to compete at the highest level had never gone away, even after everything his body had been through. By Friday afternoon, that conversation was dead. At just before 2 p.m. on March 27th, a pickup truck pulling a pressure cleaner trailer was heading north on South Beach Road in Jupiter Island, about to turn into a driveway. The driver looked in his mirror and saw a Range Rover flying up behind him at a speed that had no business being on that road. South Beach Road has a 30-mile-per-hour limit. 2 lanes, no shoulder, nowhere to escape if something goes sideways. Tiger tried to pass the truck, swerved to avoid going head-on, and clipped the back end of the trailer. The Range Rover flipped onto its driver's side and slid along the road before coming to a stop. Tiger crawled out through the passenger door. Nobody was hurt, but the sheriff made a point of saying that if a car had been coming from the other direction, the outcome would have been catastrophic. When officers from Jupiter Island PD arrived on scene, they noticed something immediately. Tiger was showing visible signs of impairment. Lethargic was the word the sheriff used later. They called in the Martin County Sheriff's Office. Tiger took a breathalyzer and blew triple zeros. No alcohol. But when they asked for a urine sample, he said no. Cooperative, but not trying to incriminate himself, as the sheriff put it. That refusal gave them everything they needed. 2 misdemeanor charges, DUI, with property damage, refusal to submit to a lawful test. Tiger was booked into the Martin County Jail at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and held for 8 hours. The mandatory minimum under Florida law for a DUI arrest. He was kept away from general population. The sheriff was clear about that. They weren't going to put a man that famous in with other inmates where something could happen. Tiger posted bail and walked out around 11 o'clock that night, climbed into the passenger seat of a dark SUV, and was driven away. His face, in the words of one reporter who was there, was as vacant as his mugshot. This wasn't Tiger Woods' first mugshot. And the fact that we can even say that about arguably the greatest golfer who ever lived tells you everything about where this story has been heading for a long time. The first arrest came on May 29th, 2017, at around 3 o'clock in the morning in Jupiter, Florida. Police found Tiger passed out behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz on the side of the road. The engine was running. Both tires on the driver's side were flat. When officers woke him up, he was so disoriented that he told them he was driving from Los Angeles to Orange County. He was standing in Jupiter, Florida. Wrong coast, wrong state, wrong everything.
Okay, go ahead and step right in front of my patrol car for me. All right, go ahead and spread your feet for me. Do you have anything on you that's going to poke me, prick me, stick me, or cut me?
The dash cam footage from that night went viral within hours. Tiger, barely able to stand, swaying through a field sobriety test on the side of the highway. Eyes half shut, speech slurred. The breathalyzer came back 0.000. No alcohol, but the toxicology report revealed 5 substances in his system. He had just undergone a spinal fusion surgery 5 weeks earlier, and the combination of post-surgical medication had turned him into someone who couldn't tell what time zone he was in. That mugshot, the one in the orange jail polo with the glassy eyes and the blank expression, became one of the most circulated images in sports. He pled guilty to reckless driving as part of a deal that dropped the DUI charge, 12 months of probation, a $250 fine, 50 hours of community service, DUI school, victim impact workshop. The judge warned him that one slip would mean 90 days behind bars. Tiger completed everything, and the record was wiped clean, expunged, as if it never happened. A second chance that most people with DUI charges never get because they can't afford the lawyers who make it possible. Tiger got it, used it, and moved forward without a criminal record. Now there's a new mugshot. 9 years later, same state, same 0 on the breathalyzer, same suspicion that something other than alcohol was doing the driving, have either cleared him or convicted him. That refusal is going to be the center of this case going forward, and his legal team knows it. The 2017 expungement was supposed to wipe the slate clean, but prosecutors don't forget patterns even when court records disappear. And the public certainly hasn't forgotten. The March 2026 arrest didn't happen in a vacuum. It happened at the end of a very specific sequence of vehicle incidents that has been building for 17 years, and every single one of them has followed the same pattern. Speed, impairment, minimal consequences. November 27, 2009. Thanksgiving weekend. At 2:30 in the morning, Tiger backed his Cadillac Escalade out of his driveway in Windermere, Florida, and drove it into a fire hydrant and a tree. His wife, Aylin Nordegren, was at the scene with a golf club, which she said she used to break the rear window to pull him out. He was found with facial lacerations. The citation was for careless driving. $164 fine. The crash landed 2 days after tabloid reports of an affair broke, and what followed was the biggest celebrity scandal of the decade. More than a dozen women came forward. Every day brought a new name and a new revelation that demolished another piece of the image that had made Tiger worth over $1 billion in endorsements. Tiger apologized publicly, checked into a rehabilitation facility in Mississippi for 45 days.
I know I have bitterly disappointed all of you. I have made you question who I am and how I could have done the things I did.
Aylin filed for divorce in 2010 and walked away with a reported $100 million settlement. The sponsors evaporated. The most marketable athlete on the planet became someone that corporate America couldn't distance itself from fast enough. When Tiger finally returned to golf at the 2010 Masters, the energy had shifted permanently. The aura of invincibility was gone, and it was never coming back. February 23, 2021. A winding road near Los Angeles. Tiger was behind the wheel of a Genesis SUV heading to a content shoot for Golf Digest. The speed limit was 45. Tiger was doing between 84 and 87. The SUV crossed the center divider, hit a curb, went airborne, rolled multiple times, and landed on a hillside. Tiger was trapped inside. Firefighters pried open the windshield to get him out. His right leg was shattered. Bone was sticking through the skin. Rods were inserted into his tibia. Screws and pins went into the foot and ankle. Doctors considered cutting the leg off entirely. No test was administered at the scene. No charges were filed. The investigation classified it as a traffic collision rather than a criminal matter, and that single classification decision shielded Tiger from everything. The Los Angeles County Sheriff said the primary cause was driving at an unsafe speed for road conditions and the inability to negotiate a curve. When pressed on why no impairment test was conducted on a driver who had crashed at double the speed limit and was found trapped in a mangled vehicle, the response amounted to saying that there were no signs of impairment visible to officers. That decision was criticized heavily at the time, and it looks even worse now in light of Friday's arrest, because the question is obvious. If they had tested Tiger in 2021 and found medication in his system the way the 2017 toxicology report found 5 substances, would he have gotten the help he apparently needed before he rolled another vehicle on a residential road 5 years later? To understand why Tiger Woods keeps ending up in crashed vehicles while his breathalyzer reads 0, you have to look at what his body has been through. The list of surgeries alone is enough to make a doctor wince. 7 back surgeries since 2014. 4 microdissectomies between 2014 and 2017. A spinal fusion in April 2017 that was followed 5 weeks later by the first DUI arrest. A microdecompression in September 2024. And a lumbar disc replacement in October 2025, just 5 months before the Jupiter Island crash. On top of the back, there were 4 knee surgeries earlier in his career, the last of which came right after he won the 2008 US Open while playing on a shredded knee with 2 stress fractures. Then the 2021 crash destroyed his right leg and ankle, which required multiple rounds of reconstructive surgery, followed by plantar fasciitis, an ankle fusion, and a ruptured Achilles tendon in March 2025 that wiped out his entire season. This is a man who has been in and out of operating rooms for over a decade, who has had hardware installed in his spine, his knee, his leg, his ankle, and his foot, who has been on some combination of painkillers, anti-inflammatory medication, muscle relaxants, sleep aids, or post-surgical for most of the last 10 years. The 2017 toxicology report made it clear that these medications can incapacitate him behind the wheel even when there is 0 alcohol in his system. The breathalyzer keeps coming back clean because alcohol isn't the problem. The problem is the pharmacy that is required to keep Tiger Woods functioning after 27 years of swinging a golf club at a level of violence that his body was never built to sustain.
Tiger Woods has been released on bail hours after the golf star crashed, rolling his car onto its side after clipping a truck. He was arrested by local police in Florida on suspicion of driving under the influence.
Golf Channel analyst Mark Rolfing put it plainly in the days after the arrest. Tiger should step away from playing golf entirely and focus on his health. That's an opinion that a lot of people in the sport share privately, but very few are willing to say out loud, because Tiger's presence is worth too much to too many people. The TGL needs him. The PGA Tour's future competition committee is built around him. The Masters needs the Tiger storyline. Augusta was about to unveil a golf course project with Tiger's design team on April 5th. Everyone benefits from Tiger being active, visible, and engaged. Nobody benefits from telling him to stop. And Tiger keeps trying to play through it. He teed up at the 2022 Masters and finished 47th. Withdrew from the PGA Championship that same year. missed the cut at the Open Championship, withdrew from the 2023 Masters. His last official tournament was the Open in 2024, where he missed the cut again. In 11 tournaments since the 2021 crash, he has never finished within 16 shots of the winner in any event where he completed all 4 rounds. The competitive career is over in every practical sense, but Tiger refuses to accept that. And the people around him, the ones making money from his name and his involvement, refuse to tell him. So where does this go from here? Legally, Tiger is facing 2 misdemeanor charges in Florida. The DUI with property damage charge is complicated by the fact that the breathalyzer was clean and no substances were found in the vehicle. His attorneys will argue that impairment cannot be proven beyond a reasonable doubt without a positive test result, including a potential license suspension. Tiger's 2017 arrest is going to factor into this. It was expunged from his record, but prosecutors and judges still have access to the history. This is his second DUI arrest in 9 years, and the circumstances are eerily similar. Clean breathalyzer, suspected medication impairment, signs of being out of it that were visible to officers on the scene. The pattern is impossible to miss, and a judge who sees this case is going to see that pattern too. The Masters starts April 9th. Tiger had been going back and forth on whether his body could handle it, and after Friday, that question has been answered by something other than his joints. Even if he is legally allowed to travel and compete, showing up at Augusta National a week and a half after a DUI arrest would be a public relations disaster that even Tiger's team might not be able to manage. The PGA Tour declined to comment on the arrest, and the silence from Augusta has been deafening. Then there's the Ryder Cup captaincy. Tiger was being offered the job for the 2027 matches in Ireland, with a soft deadline at the end of March to make a decision. That conversation is almost certainly dead now. You can't name a captain who just posted bail on a DUI charge and expect the public to take it seriously. President Trump, who called Tiger a very close friend, reacted to the news before the charges were even announced. He told reporters in Miami that he felt badly and that Tiger had some difficulty.
I feel so badly. He's got some difficulty. There was an accident, and that's all I know. Very close friend of mine. He's an amazing person, amazing man.
Trump's former daughter-in-law, Lara Trump, is currently dating Tiger, which adds another layer to the public nature of this whole situation. The sports commentators have been split between sympathy and frustration. Some are calling this a cry for help from a man whose body has been through more trauma than most people can imagine. Others are saying enough is enough, and that Tiger needs real intervention, not another plea deal. One columnist wrote that this was the moment where concern needed to become action, because the next crash might not end with everyone crawling out alive. Tiger walked out of jail around 11 o'clock on Friday night. He got into the passenger seat this time. Somebody else drove him home. For the first time in a long time, the conversation around Tiger Woods isn't about whether he can play another round of golf. It's about whether anyone in his life has the courage to tell him that golf isn't the thing that needs saving right now, because the next time might not end with everyone walking away. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.